welcome to Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa. Today we are on board the Galley of Enigma, the boat that I work on. Woohoo! Yeah. And we're lucky enough to have Chef Caitlin with us, who's been with us before up at the beautiful Villa Celestial House. So welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Caitlin, today, what's the plan? What are you doing right now for us?
Okay, so we are going to make an Asian-style wonton as an appetizer. We're going to start with about a half a pound of ground beef, some shiitake mushrooms. I have 3 here, and this is one of those recipes that I love on Charter because you can kind of do whatever you want. The proportions don't really matter, so it's really easy to adjust accordingly. We've got a knob of ginger, a couple of cloves of garlic. I have 3 here. 2 green onions. We're going to use 1 actually in the wontons and then 1 in the sauce for dipping afterwards. Okay. A bunch of cilantro, same deal. A little bit for the sauce, a little bit for the wontons, and then we've got some wonton wrappers. So these are just your standard either freezer or prepared section. You can find them in the grocery store, usually in the same area where you have refrigerated salad dressings and things like that, near your prepared produce area, wherever the heck that would be. But yeah, so that's what we have.
That's it. Yep. Perfect. Excellent. Well, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Go and grab this ingredients if you can, and we'll see you soon.
This is my home.
British Virgin Islands Sotheby's International Realty. Local expertise, global exposure. Sotheby's International Realty takes great pride in using our expertise, resources, and global connections to unite extraordinary properties with extraordinary buyers who will cherish them as we do. If you're looking to purchase a home in the islands or even a private island in the Caribbean, look no further than British Virgin Islands Sotheby's International Realty. Call us first at 1-284-494-5700. or 1-284-340-5500, or visit our website, bvisir.com, and let us help you make the BVI your home.
This is my home. This is my home. Where I go.
Right Way Food Markets is one of the most spacious and modern superstores in the Virgin Islands, with the largest selection of fresh foods, wines, beers, and liquors at competitive prices. They even have a provisioning service at just a phone call or click away. While in the British Virgin Islands, you can have your vacation home or yacht provisioned by calling 284-340-5954. Located at Passia Estate in Tortola, British Virgin Islands, Right Way Food Markets is your most favorite grocery store, all at one stop. So call Right Way Food Markets at 284-340-2263 or visit www.rtwbvi.com.
Welcome back to Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa. Today we're on Catamaran Enigma in the British Virgin Islands, and we're with Chef Caitlin.
Hello.
Okay, put me to work.
So we're going to start prepping all of our ingredients that need to be chopped. So we've got our garlic. So you can go ahead and whack those, peel them, and then give them a good mince. I'm going to start with the ginger. Do you have a teaspoon?
I do.
So, little known facts. It doesn't actually matter ingredients-wise. I want to use it to peel your ginger. Have you ever done this little trick where you just...
No.
Check it out. So there's my trash bin. Lots of people have issues with ginger because you lose so much of it when you try to chop around it to get rid of the peel.
Yes.
Use a spoon.
That is such a great idea. I love it.
I think I saw that on a TV show somewhere along the line.
It's all
about...
about...
Like, huh, that's brilliant. Why does nobody talk about that?
Pinching ideas and using them for yourselves.
Exactly. That's what we yacht chefs do perfectly.
Exactly.
So let's go stand over on somebody else's boat, see where they store their things.
Yeah. And it's a great thing for me because when all of you do these wonderful dishes, I can then use them in the galley of this boat on Charter.
I can't tell you how many times I have either eaten at a restaurant or been over to a friend's boat for dinner or something like that, and it's like, ooh, what is that?
Exactly.
Let's talk about this real quick. I think I can use that somewhere. So
I think you never go off duty, really, do you, when it comes to food?
No.
So you're mincing that nice and firmly there. I love the flavour of ginger. There's nothing that beats it. It's so good.
Everything that I do, for the most part, has Asian influences because they're such fresh flavors.
Yes.
And they're really good for the Caribbean.
Definitely.
Because you want light. You don't want heavy. You don't need anything that's like you know, super comfort food because it's just so hot down here all the time.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Okay, so my ginger is ready to go. I'm going to,
Do you need a bowl?
sure, let's go ahead and grab one of those
Little
cute
ramekin?
ramekins.
Okay. Now I've got your garlic here.
Okay, go ahead and set that aside.
Okay.
We'll chop up some of these mushrooms, and again, whatever you have works. If you are a vegetarian, more mushrooms. Get rid of the
Right,
beef.
right.
If you don't like beef for whatever reason, you could go ground chicken, ground turkey. If you're trying to cut down, you know, the amount of like fat that's in your diet or something like that.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
are going to fry these, so you know, take it with a grain of salt.
But you could steam them too if you
Yeah,
want to.
no,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I prefer the crunchiness because that's just my style, and
Yeah.
but yeah, here. Go
If
ahead
you
and do that one
if
too.
you're super
If you're
into
looking
being
for the
healthy.
health bits, yeah.
Yes. No, I agree with you. We actually just invested in a deep fryer on this boat, so there's going to be lots of naughty things being made.
Enigma is a lot larger than the boat that I work on, so we don't have quite as many bells and whistles and fun little toys and accessories to play with, unfortunately.
I'm sure you do wonders with whatever you have.
And that's the beauty of working on a boat is that, you know, you've got a tiny little space and you can whip up all sorts of little things if you're flexible and okay. So we
And
got
adaptable, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got your
got mushrooms,
there.
got our ginger, got our garlic.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and use our ground beef as well if we want to start sauteing. So
Okay.
pan, medium heat is fine. And then we'll grab some, I use canola oil or olive oil, depending
Have
on what I
some
have.
here
Oh,
if you
look
like.
at that, perfect. See?
Great minds think alike.
And so we'll go ahead and toss in the mushrooms and the beef.
Okay.
Let that start to heat up.
Get you a wooden spoon.
Yep, to stir everything. And I chuck everything in at the same time and just let it go to town.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great. This is one of those dishes, as you say, that you can kind of all just toss things together, and it's
Which
it's
is
not
really,
fiddly.
it's really valuable on charter, truly.
I really couldn't think of anyone that wouldn't love this type of a dish. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's tricky because, you know, maybe some people aren't into that particular type of cuisine. But
Absolutely.
this is definitely one of
Now,
those ones.
here's the other thing. So, I mean, we're going to make wontons. You'll see the assembly in a little bit, and you fry them up, and you have a dipping sauce. Wontons themselves, you can put anything you want in them. So, if you lean towards Southwest, do chicken with blackening seasoning and some black beans and some corn and some
can-
cheese and that kind of stuff, throw that in there. So you've got a
Yeah.
completely different genre of food, but it's still a great wonton.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm gonna wash my hands
I'll
since I
swap
just touched
sides.
raw meat.
So how long would you say you're basically just getting this to a browning stage?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So we'll chuck in the garlic and the ginger as well. And usually by the time that you have browned up the beef appropriately, you've also, your ginger's cooked down enough and your garlic's cooked down enough that you're not going to get that raw bite. So we'll go ahead and grab those,
No problem.
toss those in.
Oh, this is smelling good already.
I love it.
Yum.
It's my husband's favorite thing to say. Oh my God, it smells.
I think sometimes if you could just pump that through the AC system, you know.
Absolutely.
That through the AC system, you know.
Absolutely.
Encourage people if you were at a restaurant to come in, walking along the street, right? Okay, so this is sizzling along quite nicely.
Yeah.
So we might take
Okay.
a quick break, guys, and then when we come back, I think we'll be putting these things together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it that makes a secret worth keeping? Is it when you discover it for yourself? Or when someone special shares it with you? Sometimes it's the little treasures that no one else knows. The British Virgin Islands. Let's keep this to ourselves. For more secrets, visit bvitourism.com.
Welcome back to Galley Gourmet. Today we're on my boat, actually, Catamaran Enigma. We're with Chef Caitlin. Caitlin, can you just, for the viewers at home, give us a quick breakdown of what we just did previously.
Absolutely. So we're making an Asian-style wonton with beef and shiitake mushrooms. So we have already chopped garlic, chopped ginger, chopped our mushrooms, tossed all of that into the pan with our ground beef. We've browned everything, so we've got it and it's nice and pretty and ready to go. So that's still warm. We're going to chop up one more green onion and just to toss it in there. We don't put it in with the pan because I don't want it to like soften
And lose
the color and lose
Right.
the crispness of it as well. So it adds another texture in there, which is really great. And then we'll use some of that for garnish in
If
a little bit
people
as well.
couldn't get green onions, could they substitute that with, for example, chives?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chives. You could even do it with shallots or with regular onion if you're okay with, because white onion or yellow onion does have a lot more of a bite. This is a bit more of a mellow flavor.
A bit subtler.
Yeah, exactly.
Is subtler a word? Or
Yes.
I just made that up.
Either way. So we've got green onion in there now, and we're going to go ahead and season it a little bit. So
Okay.
grab this is my favorite thing on our planet. This is my salt and pepper.
very
I know, right?
nice.
Isn't it fancy?
Oh, I need to get one of those.
So salt, a little bit of freshly ground pepper. Every charter, I whiz up like, I don't know, 5 or 6 tablespoons of peppercorns and just dump that in there. So we're good to go for the week.
Excellent.
So we've got salt, we've got pepper.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and throw in just a little bit of soy sauce.
Like
That's probably about a teaspoon.
Yeah.
And again, this is one of those that it's 100% up to your taste.
Yep.
So if you prefer things really heavy with soy sauce or with salt or anything like that, go ahead and season accordingly.
Okay.
One of my favorite Asian ingredients, which doesn't work if you have a shellfish allergy on board, depending on the range of shellfish allergy, but oyster sauce is like a
It is a nice flavour. It has a little bit
Yeah.
of a sweetness to it.
A little bit of a sweetness.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like an Asian barbecue sauce, kind of.
Yep.
But it's also got a bit of that umami that everybody talks about. So we'll go ahead and just mix that up in here.
Okay.
And that's your filling for your wontons. So, ta-da, easy to
Taking
do.
no time at all, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we like it.
Yes.
So, we're going to get to our wonton wrappers now. I've thrown a wet paper towel on top of them so they didn't dry out too much. So, when you get these from the store, they actually will have cornstarch kind of dusted on top of them. So, when you fill them, of course, they're going to stick on me because they want to be difficult. This is our lives. So when you fill them, you want to have a little dish of water handy.
Okay.
And you actually moisten the edges. And so when you moisten the edges, that kind of activates the cornstarch to help stick everything together.
Do you want me to have a little go at this?
Yeah, go for it. So
Okay.
pull them apart.
So you're just basically putting
Just-
water around the
That's
outside.
all it is. Yeah, you don't need to soak it or anything, but you can see how it's changed the kind of the texture and the consistency. So we're going to grab that spoon and take about a tablespoon of filling. You don't want too much because if you overfill them, then you're not going to be able to get them shut.
Okay.
There's a number of little fancy ways that you can fold them. So I'll see if I can get them to cooperate and we'll do one of the cute little packages. So we're going corner to corner and just
Kind of pinch
down the edges. Yeah, absolutely. Now, pay attention to the filling. You want to make sure you get as much of the air pocket out of there as possible because when you chuck them into the oil to fry them, that will actually expand. And so sometimes you'll get these weird bullfrog throats that puff up.
I was actually going rogue on you and doing it another way.
Do
Until
it
I saw
however you
what
want.
were
Well,
doing.
so I go corner to corner and then I'll fold them over and they look like a little, if they want to stick together like this.
Kind of like a ravioli.
Yeah, they look like a little packet. You can also do them like pinwheels or, ta-da,
Beautiful.
cute little packet.
It's fun to do it. This would be a good recipe for kids at home that are really keen to learn to cook.
Absolutely, yeah, because they're fairly foolproof. Again, you can put anything in them, so if you've got some fussy eaters or something like that, you can adjust accordingly. And then they're real quick to fry up. Now, you can make them ahead of time if you want, but make sure, throw them on a plate and then cover them with a damp paper towel and you can put them in the fridge without any issue.
How long would they last if you pre-made them?
At least a couple of hours
Couple of
without any
hours.
problem. Yeah, you could do them in the morning and then serve them in the afternoon or before dinner.
Right.
Without any issue. The problem that we have is that we don't have the same type of storage space for fridges and freezers like you do on a normal
Yes.
normal house. Yeah. So
Right.
a lot of the stuff we can't really pre-make that much because you don't have a place to put it.
Sure.
So
So behind me
Soften.
is vegetable oil. I can hear it bubbling away in here.
Yep.
I might just stick this here.
So go ahead and we're going to very, very gently stick them in, but you want to put them face down because that helps kind of seal that cute little envelope shape. And you can see
Nice
them.
little bubbles going on here.
Oh yeah, let's grab, do you have a tongue?
And roughly how long would...
Depending on how hot your oil is,
Might grab the ones
you want
with
the metal ones,
Yeah.
sorry. Depending on how hot your oil is, we are almost ready to flip these. So you're looking 30 seconds to a minute per side, really. Not very long.
So you
And-
really, I mean, this is one of those things which is probably best done just before you're due to eat
Exactly,
it.
and that's
Yeah.
you can prep them ahead of time, but you don't want to fry them ahead of time because A, you'll lose all that nice crispness, and B, they won't be warm and they'll kind of lose some of the appeal. But if you take a look, we've got this nice, beautiful color.
I like it. Gee, the colour's really coming up on it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Let me grab you some paper towel to drain that
Perfect.
for you. I love paper towel. I'm ruining the world.
Same.
I know.
Nope, same.
I've been banned from certain parts of America that are very eco-friendly. Colorado won't let me in because of the...
They won't let my husband either because I can't get him to do anything without grabbing 1,000 paper towels. So, all right. Now, lovely color on the back, lovely color on the front, and all of your filling is already cooked, so this is solely to make the wonton crispy. It has nothing to do with whether or not your filling is finished.
Okay. Oh gosh, Caitlin, they look
Look at that.
good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay,
Turn
so
that off. Okay.
that's all done. Now, we're gonna throw together a quick little sauce, and this is one of those, you can use plain soy sauce, you can use anything that is prepared, and we're going to grab some soy sauce, some rice wine vinegar, and grab that little dish over there. A little bit of sesame oil as well. Now, I find that the sesame oil is the one you have to pay attention to proportion-wise because this is very overpowering.
Pretty potent.
Exactly. So we'll do just a little drizzle. That's probably about a half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And then about a teaspoon of soy
I
sauce.
love these kinds of dressings.
It's easy and they're
Yes.
fresh. About another teaspoon of the rice wine vinegar.
Ugh.
And we've got some cilantro over here. So
Now again, if people aren't cilantro fans, could you substitute that for something
you
like
could
basil? Or
you
mint?
could use like a Thai basil or mint. You could leave it out completely. This is one of those things that's absolutely adjustable to whatever your preferences are.
Right.
Now, I personally adore cilantro and use it in almost everything that I make. So, we'll chop up some cilantro. We'll chop up that last green onion over there,
Okay.
and we'll throw.
That I've hidden.
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll do the white bits because that gives us a little bit of a different color in there. So.
From start to finish, I would say this is probably, what, no more than 30 minutes to...
You can
to
usually
make this
cut it
happen?
to less than that, yeah. We
Isn't that
chatted a
great?
bit, so.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got some cute little bits floating in there. Over there, we'll grab some sesame seeds. Now, if you are into spicy, throw some sriracha in there, throw some sambal. Doesn't make a difference, but.
By the way, I see this over here.
Yes.
I use this, and I'm
love this.
advertising this product, but I could drink this.
Yeah.
This is how much I love this chili.
It's absolutely
great.
fabulous. So you know what? We'll go ahead and put a little bit of that in there. Give me that
Spoon?
spoon, just a tiny bit.
Oh,
And wash my hands.
hands are very good for cooking with. I'm a firm believer in...
It's one of those, most people, sit there and go, oh my God, you just touched everything. If you go to a fancy restaurant and your dish looks beautiful,
Of course.
somebody's hands has been on every bit of that food.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
we have our wontons.
That is looking so beautiful.
Yep. Do another sprig of cilantro right on top. And ta-da.
Caitlin, that is incredible.
You want to try it?
Yeah. Definitely. I don't want to...
So they shouldn't be fiery hot at this point.
Oh,
but
bring it on, sister.
yeah. Well, no, I mean like temperature, like burn
right,
your mouth.
Right,
so
yeah.
go ahead and dip in and take a bite. Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh my God, that is amazing.
Right.
This is definitely a reason to go on catamaran. Happy time.
Happy time.
Where Caitlin is the chef and her beautiful husband Jeff
Jeff,
is the
yep.
captain / bartender
Oh
extraordinaire.
yes, yes. He's sad that he couldn't be here today to make a cocktail, but I think
He's a
he's
busy
scrubbing
man.
the side of the boat. Actually, yeah.
And you guys have got a busy season coming up.
Yeah, we're filling up at this point. We've still got space in the summertime, so if anybody's interested,
We'll put the details
we're there.
up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Be in the credits for the show.
Yeah.
Caitlin, thank you so much for coming
Absolutely.
back.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful to be here. So.
Oh, we really appreciate it. Guys, that's all we've got time for this charter. For this episode.
This is her life.
Charter. I'm back on my boat, so I'm thinking charter. So until next time, bye for now. This is Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa.